Hi guys, my name is Anbu Kakkad and you are watching Nablam Studios. Today we are going to take a look how we can create this kind of ocean inside Houdini and render it inside Mantra. So let's jump into it. Guys, today we are going to take a look how to create this ocean inside Houdini. So what we can do is I'll just take one geometry node as you can see and I'll just give this name and fx. Now I'll just go inside the geometry node. I'll just take one ocean spectrum node and ocean evaluate node. So first I'll just take the ocean spectrum node and second I'll just take the ocean evaluate node. Now the ocean evaluate node has two inputs, one and second. So I'll just connect this ocean spectrum to the second input. Now the first input requires a geometry that need to be deformed to ocean. So what we can do is I'll just take one grid right over here. Just imagine this is our ocean. Okay. So I'll just set up my camera like this first. I'll just visualize the grid. I'll just set up my camera according to the grid. I'll just create the camera right over here. Now I'll just increase the size of the grid according to the camera so that it covers the whole area of the camera like this. Now after adjusting this camera, I'll just put this input into the first uh, input of the ocean evaluate and now just visualize this. Now, as you can see, our grid get deformed into ocean. Now, what we can do is, it's very low resolution. So I'll just go to the grid, I'll just increase the subdivision for visualizing purpose. So I'll just do 300 by 300. Now, we can see the nice waves inside the ocean. So what I'll do is, in the ocean evaluate, I'll just open and tick on these few parameters so that we can visualize how the ocean will look. So first I'll just visualize this cusp attribute, and this cusp visualization. Now you can see the nice ocean is there, and if we can play this ocean, you can see nice waves are moving like this. Let me turn off the grid. You can see. Now let's move to the parameters. In the ocean spectrum itself, we have few parameters. So the first parameter is the resolution. So more will be the value, the more detail it will come. So I'll just increase to detail to 9. Now you can see the detail of the waves. It's looking nice. So yeah, you can increase the detail depends upon your system. But I recommend you don't go above 9 or 10 maximum. Otherwise the playing speed will become very slow. Now, the grid size. The grid size is the wave scale. Now you can see the waves are very high, so I don't want this high scale. So I just decrease the wave size by using the grid scale. Now you can see I have this nice looking waves moving here and there. So now let's visualize with the camera view. Now you can see and just remove this to smooth shading. Now the waves are moving like this. Now, first I'll do is I'll just adjust the wave according to my camera. Now, according to the camera, the waves are very high, so just increase the value a little bit of the waves, like this, like this one. It's four. Let's down to three. Yeah. Now you can see there is a quality loss. So what we can do is in the grid for visualizing purpose only. What we can do is just increase the quality to 500 by 500. Now you can see the quality has increased. Now I am okay with the scaling of the grid. Now let's move to another parameter. So what I can do is I'll just go to the ocean spectrum itself. There is a wind tab as you can see. So first of all direction. So I'll just put the direction to 90. So now all the waves are moving from this direction to this direction. But you can see if we can play, it's not moving properly this direction to this direction. There is random change in the direction in the middle. So there is an option called swell. So I just increase the value of swell. First of all, I'll just revert to default. I just increase the value of swell to 1. So now, if you can see now, all the waves are moving in a particular direction, not random waves moving in between. Random direction waves moving in between. I'll just put the value to 1. So I just change the value to around 180. Yeah, now you can see the waves are moving now in this direction. So now the major issue is if I just do 360 as well, it's moving in the opposite direction as you can see. So what I'll do is I'll just keep up with 180 only, 168 only, 180 only. You can do whatever you want. Now I don't want all the waves to move proper, so I'll just give here the value of zero point 0.8. Now you can see a little randomization is there in the waves. If we go, you can see the little randomization now happens in the waves. So now what I can do is there is an option called speed. So now the wave of speed of these waves are very less, I guess. So I just increase the wave of the speed. Now you can see after increasing the wave of the speed, now the waves become little higher. So let's increase and test. You can see here. Finally, it will look like a drastic ocean we have right now. Now, what I can do is I'll just do some few things. Now, for looking good, I'll just decrease this time scale a little bit to zero point 0.4. Now, the waves are moving very slowly. You can see the calm waves that we want. Now, there is a looping option. You can turn this off as well so that it will move in a proper loop. Okay. Now, in the amplitude tab, what I can do is I'll just increase the amplitude a little bit according to my choice. And now, what I'll do is I'll just visualize from my camera angle the waves are moving like this. Now, this one issue I'm seeing is there is lots of tiling I am facing in this grid. So I want to break the tiling. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just take one scatter node right over here and I scatter some points onto the grid. As you can see, I just decrease the value of points. Let me change the background to little dark. Now I just decrease the count. You can see some points are scattered onto the grid. I'll just put this into the first input. Now what we'll do is the waves will be instanced on the particular points itself. So if I just visualize this now, the geometry will look like this. So I'll just go to the ocean spectrum, wave instancing point. I'll just decrease the radius. So now you can see here, every point has a particular spectrum. Okay, you can see here. So I'll just try to merge and get the best value. Now you can see some area the waves are very less, some area the waves are very high. So I can just play with the amplitude as well, and I'll just view it with the camera. Now you can see like that. We can get the nice looking ocean as you can see. Now I am very much satisfied with my ocean. Or you can just decrease the radius a bit so that we can get a little bit more randomness. You can see here. So you can see here. Now after getting this result, I am pretty happy with my result. So what I'll do is I don't want to render this because this is for visualizing purpose only. If we render this, the system becomes very heavy because there are a lot of subdivisions as you can see right now. So what we can do is we'll just extract the spectrum part which will displace this geometry and assign this to our shader itself. So shader will directly render instead of displace it in this high mesh geometry instead of displacing the high mesh geometry right over here. So what I'll do is in the ocean spectrum itself, I'll just take one split node. So after putting the split node, I'll just select the spectra one. Now, in the first input, I'll get the spectra output. So I'll just take one file cache node. I'll just to explicit, and I'll just go right over here and in my D drive itself, ocean. Right over here, I'll just give a name spectra one dot db dot hu. So keep in mind we want to cache the single frame, and after that I'll just save to this. Now it will be saved to this, and on the other side, if I will get the mask. So if I visualize this, you can see here. If I just first cache this out, so I'll just give this mask that I created, and I'll just save this out. So now, if in the information I can see I have the mask in this. If you can see in the information, I have the spectra in the spectra group, and there is a mask group. So now I use this spectra group to displace our grid rather than increasing the subdivisions and render it, because it will take so much time. Because more the subdivisions, more time it will take to render the geometry. So I'll just copy this grid itself. I'll just go outside. I'll just create one render node, uh, geometry node, which is render ocean. So I'll just go inside. I'll just take the object merge node right over here. Or the best way is, instead of right, I'll just paste the same grid here only. Now you can see the grid has lot of subdivisions. So I don't want this much subdivisions by setting. You can see here. If I do the bias edit, you can see subdivisions. I don't want this much subdivision. So I'll want the default 2 by 2 subdivision. Now what I'll do is I'll just assign the material to this grid itself and put null after that. Now let's go to the material palette itself, and I'll just search for ocean surface. So there is the ocean surface. I'll just drag it right over here, double click. So this is the node. So I'll just copy this node, go to the ocean render, and here itself, I'll just paste this as a material. So I'll just go to the camera view. I'll let me save the file first. Okay. So now after that, I'll just make one light as well. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just select one environment light, and in this light itself, I'll just provide this best HDRI photo. So I'll just go to ocean, and here is my ocean. There is an HDRI, so I have this HDRI. So after having this HDRI, it will take some time to load. Yeah, once it's loading, I'll just go to the render view, and I'll just go to the material view itself. Now you can see the plain grid with simple materials. Let's see the output first. I'll just focus. You can just press in the here. You can just press H to focus out, focus in. So now you can see the grid is plain. I'll just take the screenshot, and I'll just assign the displacement map, which is our spectra that we carried out. So what we can do is I'll just go right over here in the D drive itself. In the ocean, there is a spectra video cache that we saved previously. So I'll just accept this. Now you can see right over here. We have a nice waves and ocean appear immediately. Now similarly, there is a mask tab also. So in the mask tab itself, I'll select the mask and hit accept. Now you can see we will get a nice mask as well. So now let's play with the settings of the lighting and see the output. Now you can see right over here. ocean is there. So I'll just go to the object level, environment. I'll just change the lighting a little bit. I just uh, change the direction of the light a little bit. Yeah, this is perfect. So I'll just take the screenshot as well. Now I want to create a little depth layer as well. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just take this ocean render, take it right over here itself. I'll just take the copy of that. So first I'll just delete that. I'll just go inside this. So this is the top layer, ocean top layer. Now I want to create the depth as well. So we will get a nice depth look as well. So there is a node called volume extrude volume. So I'll just visualize this node. Now you can see it will create this kind of thing. After that, what I'll do is I'll just create one null node, and this is the bottom part, volume. So now I'll just copy this thing, go back. I'll just take one another node. I'll just take one another node, geometry node itself, and here I'll just give the name volume. So I'll just go inside. I'll just take object merge. I'll just place this extruded geometry right over here. So now I have two things. One is the upper part, as you can see, and the other is the lower part, as you can see. Upper part, lower part. So we render these two things. Okay, separately. Now, in the volume itself, what you can do is I'll assign one material to this volume. So which is I'll just go to material palette. There is ocean volume node. So I'll just put it right over here. Click on this, and there is ocean volume node. So ocean volume node also wants two things: spectrum geometry and mask geometry. So what I'll do is I'll just provide similar thing here also and mask as well. I'll just copy this node, go back right over here, paste it right over there, and I'll just put null. So now here is the cool thing. Sometimes this material not visible. So what we can do is we'll just go outside and put that material outside as well. So I'll just go to this material. I'll just put the ocean volume right over here also. So now I'll just go to the camera view, and I'll just make one render. Yeah, let's see the output. Now you can, after this output, you can see the depth inside the ocean as well. So it will take some time as that layer is a volume layer, obviously. Yeah. Now, if I take a look, previously it was flat. Now you can see a little bit of depth is coming inside the ocean. So now let's go to our materials node and just tweak the materials. So in the ocean node itself, so it will emitting this color. So I'll just give a little greenish color for this, and there is this cloud density. I just increase the cloud density to around 2. Now you can see after increasing the cloud density, you can see the nice depth inside the ocean. So from to this, this to this, and after that I just go to the ocean surface node itself, and there is this ramp where you can play with this ramp. Now you can see the highlighted areas as well. So here is the diffuse where you can see in the diffuse value. You can see. So I'll just keep it a little less. You can see the nice ocean is ready. So just try to decrease a little to get the nice output. So I'll just send this out and we can see after that how it will look. So now you can see the detail of the ocean that we have. So depending on your system, it will take some time. But as you know, you are my subscribers. So I'll just tell you the best way of render this out, which will render it much faster. It will take time, but it will render much faster. As you are my subscriber, so I'll just give you one best tip. So just go to the render node itself, and in the mantra itself, in the lensing tab, in the limits tab, there is a refract and reflect limit right over here. So now it's 1010. So just reduce to 1 by 1 and hit re-render again. So now you can see it's rendering again, but now it's much faster. You can see. Yeah, you lose some of the minor depth, I know, but now you can see the speed. I think it won't much affect, and you can just change see a bit in comp, but you can see now a detail and the fast, how fast uh, this render is going to be done. So these are the little tips that I want to give you. So now it's rendered quite fast. So meanwhile the render is going on. You are my subscriber and I hope you like this video and you can subscribe to my channel for more such videos and let me know in the comments down below what is next video you want and what is the next effects you want from my side, and I will provide my best to get you the best effects. And yeah, you can see right over here. So till then, stay tuned. फिर मिलेंगे. जय हिंद.